If you clicked on this video, you're tired of feeling small, unworthy, and unredeemable. But the good news is that it also means that one, you're not a psychopath, so congrats. That's always great. And two, that you want to see yourself do better. That you also want to free yourself of this mental prison, the shackles of shame. My name is Angel EXP, and on this channel I share my experience to enhance yours. And in this video I'm going to teach you what shame is, how to understand it, how to move through it so that you can get on your purpose and not be afraid of being canceled or being afraid of not matching up to what you say you are. So this whole YouTube thing is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, but I identified that the biggest block to me going out there and putting myself on the screen on a website for everyone and anyone to see was my shame. I was afraid that my past would somehow catch up to me, that the things that I've done, the people that I've hurt, would one day come out and say, hey, this guy who's giving you all this advice, this guy who is pretending to be like he's got it all figured out, this is what he's done. This is who he is. And for context, a lot of my shame comes around relationships, not just with lovers, but shame around my relationships with friends and even family. But most of it is with my intimate relationships, romantic relationships. And so all the way back from when I started really dating, when girls really started being something that I paid attention to, or something that I put my energy into attracting and being with, around, I want to say, high school was, when you're a teenager, all of this is so new to you. And not only that, there were a lot of things that confused me about dating. The main thing was why I felt myself being attracted to multiple people at a time. And this was years before I knew what polyamory was, and that I indeed was polyamorous. I stumbled for many, many years when it came to dating because I found myself not sticking to what society expects you to, not feeling like I aligned with what society said a relationship is supposed to be. I thought that once I was with someone, I was no longer going to feel these things for other people. And so in navigating this, I hurt a lot of people. In learning to navigate it, I crossed boundaries. I did not know how to advocate for my own wants and needs. All of these mistakes I made in my relationships led to me losing the trust and the confidence of my friends and my partners, of course, but I also lost trust within myself. I felt like I could never bounce back from these things, that I couldn't ever do better, that I would always be seen as a bad person. But I'm sharing this video today because I truly believe I have really found out how to finally get past this feeling. And these videos that I've put up on YouTube, the past, 10 or so videos, is me working through that shame and deconstructing it and allowing myself to be seen and allow myself to do the thing I've always wanted to do, which is help other people on YouTube. And I feel like a big part of my story is this shame that I've dealt with, is the mistakes that I've made, and I want to pass on the wisdom, the things that I have learned from those things, now that I am seeing the other side of it, now that I have gained more confidence in myself. So what I've realized shame really is, it's not something to be demonized. I don't want you to think that it's your enemy. It's actually a friend. Every emotion is part of you. There is no such thing as a bad emotion. They're all there to tell you something. They really are just signposts pointing at what is important to you. And shame is no different. What shame points to is the things that you value. It's how you truly want to conduct yourself. It's telling you, hey, the way that you acted right there, the thing that you did, the way you hurt that person, the way you showed up back there, that's not who you want to be. That's not the real you. And you know that. And what I need from you is to step it up. That's what shame is saying. It's clues from your highest self. It's clues from the universe saying, hey, I know you can be better than this. I know you can do better than this. It's okay that you made this mistake, but I'm going to be here until you learn from it and until you level up and until it reflects in your actions that you are no longer this person. And once you are no longer this person, you don't have to tell me to go away. I'm just going to get up and leave because you've done the work. There's no point in me hanging around because I have confidence in you. And you will have confidence in yourself. Shame just asks you to take accountability for the things that you've done. Take accountability also for the things that you do actually believe of yourself. And the things that bother you, the things that you're afraid of people mentioning and using against you. Be honest with yourself. Do you think that they're true? For me, in my example, is that, I was afraid people were going to say, he's a phony, he's a fake, he's a cheater. He doesn't know. He doesn't actually act the way he talks. And I realized it bothered me so much. It scared me so much to be called out in that way because part of that was true. Yes, I have broken boundaries. I have broken agreements that I had set. I have gone against my own word. That is true. And what shame is saying is, I know you could do better. I know you can stick to your word. I know you can be someone who is strong in that regard, in the word, who walks the walk and not just talks the talk. The first step is really sitting with the feeling, sitting with shame, and understanding what it's really trying to tell you. And it's not there just to be a dick and make you feel bad. It's there because it wants to see you grow. It wants you to realize what truly matters to you when it comes to conducting yourself and your behavior and being the person that you know you want to be, being a better person. And the next step is to take accountability. To admit to yourself, like, yes, you're so right. There is some truth behind these things. There is truth behind these things, and I'm willing to admit it. Because if I don't, I will never get past this point. Because the first step is to admit it, so that then I can move past that. And I now have a place to compare where I used to be to where I am now. And then it's to stay consistent with that path and see and really understand what you value and to keep moving in that direction. And soon enough, you'll look back and see, hey, I'm no longer that person. I'm no longer there anymore. And that's the cool thing, is that now you have proof, evidence that you are who you say you are. And now if someone does come at you, trying to bring up the past, trying to bring you down to an old version of you, you can say, hey, you're right. You're absolutely right. What I did back then was wrong. What I did back then was very hurtful. And I can see the pain that I've caused. I can see that what I did was not okay. And I want you to know that I've taken that to heart. I've taken it upon myself to learn from that experience so that I do not replicate it now or in the future. Thank you for your concern. Thank you for wanting to see me do better. And thank you for looking out for the people that you love. And if you do that, no one can really say anything to you anymore, because you yourself know within yourself who you are now, because you've proven it. You've proven it time and time again that you are no longer that person, that you are a better you, a better version of you, that you've healed. And you deserve that grace, but you're never going to get it from other people until you give it to yourself. And I know it's hard. It's hard. Along the way, along the journey, it's not going to be perfect. You might learn this now, but you might still end up making the same mistakes. Or you might think you're doing good, and then you stumble and you make a mistake again. And you're going to have these thoughts. The shame's going to come back. And you're going to think, wow, maybe I can't change. Maybe I'm too far gone. Maybe I'm unredeemable. But that's never true. That's not true. So long as you have the desire to do better, which is again what shame is, it may not be your conscious desire, but it is again the desire of your higher self giving you that hint in the form of shame. So long as you have that, you have a ladder out. You have a ladder up to being that better version of you. And you can try again. And if you make a mistake, that's okay. You're human. You're never going to be perfect. That's the reality. You're never going to be perfect. Now, does that mean you can go around and purposely hurt people? No. But it does mean when you make those mistakes where you had good intentions, but you messed up, you stumbled, you are worthy of grace. You are worthy of another chance. But again, it starts with you. You got to give yourself that chance before other people can even consider it. And the cool thing is, if you're giving yourself that chance, it doesn't really matter if how other people are perceiving you, because you'll be safe and secure and sound in who you are. Because you know you are walking the walk. You know you are being a better person. And that will give you enough confidence to let yourself be seen, to let yourself take up all the space that you want. So if you're feeling any shame, it's okay. You have a way out. Sit down with it and understand what it is that is being called of you. And be brave enough to take those steps. And you'll see that everything's gonna be alright. You're gonna be okay. And again, if you're watching this video, that's an amazing sign that you are someone who wants to do better. You're someone who wants to grow. And I'm really, really proud of you for that. That's really all I have to say for this one. I just felt really called to talk about shame. I feel like maybe there's someone out there who really needs to hear this. If this resonated with you, if you appreciate what I had to say, consider subscribing, drop a like on the video so other people find this and can be healed of that shame, so that we have more people who are willing and now able to put themselves out there to be seen and share their gifts with the world too. And on that note, consider watching this video next. It's about sharing your gifts with the world. This is Angel EXP. Thank you for watching.